Hi, I'm Duncan Moss, and I'd like to welcome you to my latest uh, YouTube channel presentation. I haven't done one for about 3.5 weeks, I think it is now. Basically, I've been quite ill and had to go to hospital at quite short notice. My thanks to my doctors at Central Surgery and also the tremendous staff at Kingston Hospital. I'd like to thank all of them for what they did for me, and the ambulance, the people who took me away in an ambulance. So doing a wonderful job under very difficult circumstances. So thanks very much. I thought what I might do today is just to talk about some fantastic books and magazines that are around for fantasy fans. And some quite expensive. And that doesn't mean because they're expensive that they're not good value for money. With the amount of research that went into some of these works, you just have to accept the price, so either to take it or leave it. But one book I've acquired quite recently, there's two volumes. I've only got the first volume. This is by Anthony Taylor, who has had quite a lot of success in the fantasy genre. This is about Aurora models, the American Airfix. And there have been books written about it before, but this is a very nice presentation. And I think volume 2 is already out. I think it's going to be out very shortly. Anthony's a really lovely guy. I've met him at Jerry Anderson convention about just over 20 years ago now. And he was also one of the people who originally ran Fab Gear. But he's got another book coming out very, very soon. The artwork of George Wilson, which has been on the cards for quite a while. Should be out this month. And I could have waited until it was out, but I thought there's always going to need something for another time. But that's the Aurora book anyway. Now this book is just absolute gem. It's so heavy that if I put it on my foot, I'll be back in Kingston Hospital very soon. This is called the Fantasy Worlds of Owen Allen. Now, Owen Allen was an American cinema and television producer who had the most spectacular success. Many people call him the American Jerry Anderson, and call Jerry Anderson the British Owen Allen. Basically, this is a book about his career, right from his early days in radio through the 50s when he made some wonderful movies, and then in the 60s when he spent most of his time doing television, and then back to the 70s where he did a mixture of TV and cinema, and it ran into the 80s. An incredible genius. The book, it's so difficult to be able to open it, but it really does show you what an incredible man he was, with a lot of humour when things were not going very right, because a lot of these creative people in the industry are Jewish, and of course the Jews invented humour. So the book is had to be done by more than one person. That's Jeff Bond did the book, and it's got a foreword by Billy Mummy, who played Will Robertson in Lost in Space. I just if I wish I could find a really nice uh, still, just to show you. I think this might be the only one I can show. Just because the book is so difficult, you just got to maneuver. But this book is just choco block and really good quality photographs, and that's Lee Merriweather, and I can't remember the other two actors from the Time Tunnel. The book is just littered with beautiful quality photographs and stuff. And it's about £60. I think I got mine for about 40. So really, really well worth getting. I'm just going to try to put it safely. It's not going to roll off somewhere and land on somebody else's foot. Now we have a magazine in the UK called Electronic Sounds, and it does all about electronic music, pop music, and 60s psychedelic stuff. And this one, it's done an issue very recently about Barry Gray, and as well as doing wonderful orchestrations for Jerry Anderson's programs, he also did a lot of electronic special effects noises. And this book, you can get a choice. You can either buy it with or without a white vinyl single, which has some Jerry Anderson music. I've got the record. I put it safely away. Forgive me if I don't get it out. But the magazine is just fabulous. That's Captain Scarlet on the front, of course, with the and then a very, very tasteful section on records that are, you can see that, records that are out on the current market for Jerry Anderson programs, most of which is by Barry Gray. The article is about 8 or 9 pages, so it's well worth getting. That's Barry Gray and a load of Captain Scarlet characters. Again, it's not very easy to be able to show on here, but if it tickles your appetite, makes you shoot out and get the magazine, and it won't have all have been in vain. These two magazines are sort of sister publications. They've been going out for about 5 or 6 years, maybe a bit longer on the UK market. We've got Infinity, which tends to concentrate on TV, or it also does cinema as well. Very enjoyable magazine, and it's got its sister, which is the Dark Side. Now they kind of go for very graphically front pages, the Dark Side, but it's actually quite an as I say, it's not as graphic as perhaps the cover of the very eye-catching covers might make you think, because it has a lot of articles about vintage movies. Many of the talent that went into was British, and I think I'm just to say that looking on the book section of this magazine made me find out that there was a new book out about one of my heroes, and that is Willis O'Brien, who was the man who made the original Lost World in 1925 and the original King Kong in 1933. This book is the first of 3 volumes. This goes from his early days right up to King Kong, and I've just had a look through it, and it's just breathtaking. It's really, really nice. But someone I don't get out a lot at the moment just because of health reasons. So to be able to have these wonderful books to sit back and read, and it's just wonderful. And of course, he would make great friends with a certain Ray Harryhausen. They worked together on Mighty Joe Young, and then he would have the rest of his career. He would carry on Ray Harryhausen working on another path, and of course, forgetting that Owen Allen and Willis O'Brien, their path comes together on more than one occasion. If you know your history, but this is a nice cover. It's got Willis looking, sounds like he was a real gentleman, with another gentleman, King Kong, looking quite annoyed. Maybe he's unhappy with his salary, or in fact, but just a lovely book. It's just made me think, if this volume is this good, then goodness knows what 2 and 3 are going to be like, which are not out at the moment. Then we've got. So I'm just going to end on a. They've got this the evolution of the Dalek toy, which just for many for American people, I don't think realise, but and I was too young actually to even remember it. I would be 2 at the time. Certainly, I'd have been jumping up in my, asking mum and dad to get me one of these a Dalek toy for Christmas. But the book is by Alex Storer and forward by Richard Hayes, and it's the evolution of the Dalek toy, collecting through the ages, and it's just loaded with photographs of old Dalek toys. Some got reissued in the 1970s, but of course there are a lot of Dalek toys available today. But in the 1960s, as a toy, there was a tremendous shortage of them, and it was very hard to get hold of them. But it's just loaded with loads of lovely colour photographs of the Dalek craze. And if you're a Doctor Who fan, I think you'll find it very enjoyable. And just to end this, not to end it, but I just got one more after this. The fantastic art of Ron Turner by John Lawrence. This is from Talos Publishing. Ron Turner was an artist who did some incredible work. He did his path across with Jerry Anderson several times, and he did loads of other things as well. It's an absolutely lovely book. As I say, he also did the Dalek strip or part of the Dalek strips for TV21, Jerry Anderson's magazine, because the Daleks were guests. But his vision of the future is just beautiful, and of course he did lots and lots of work for fronts of science fiction paperbacks and stuff. As I say, I can't really hold it up. It's not easy to even get to show a picture at the right but just trying to show you the front and the back. Really very beautiful illustrations, a real craftsman. And of course we're very excited that we've got from Anthony Taylor. So we've got the George Wilson book, which I'm sure if you like Ron Taylor, you'll like George Wilson. And just to finish off, this book is not in print at the moment, but I was able to get quite a nice copy. This is Wonder's Child, My Life in Science Fiction by Jack Williamson. Now, Jack Williamson wrote some fantastic science fiction. He had work published from the 1920s right up to the noughties when he died in his 90s. And I haven't had a chance to read the book yet, but I can't wait to. What a terrible shame it's not in print. It really does need to be. He's very cruelly underrated, Jack Williamson. And people like you've heard of John Wyndham and H.G. Wells. Well, he's up there with them. He's really good. One of my favourite novels that I've read, and I haven't read all of them, is A Man's Seed. Great stuff, but just that's what that was a gentleman. I did actually email him very, very briefly. Got a very brief message back from him saying thank you for your kind words, Jack Williamson. He clearly was very elderly and didn't want to get into some great discussion his work. But well, my friends, that as I say is just some of the books that are circulating around at the moment, and all of them, in my humble opinion, well worth getting. So it's lovely to be back, and I'll see you all very soon. All right, take care. God bless. By the way, if you like this, and you take the like button, if you like to subscribe, and thank you for my new subscribers, then I'd love to have you aboard. All right. Or if you want to forward this to a friend, please do. Okay, you take care, everybody. God bless.